guys, thanks so much for watching and clicking on this video. I'm just going to start off by just telling you guys that I created a Patreon account which allows viewers like you to help support creators in creating content for YouTube and videos and much more. So if you want to become my patron, you can go ahead and click on this link and you can go ahead and support me on this website. And thanks a lot. And we're going to be starting the video right now. Hey guys, so with the stocking design that I came up with, I was able to design all of these stockings that you're seeing right now. So if you would like to purchase my design, go ahead and send me an email and I'll be glad to send you the PDF form. And this is how my PDF form for the stocking pattern design looks like. With that being said, I'm now going to be starting by using my pattern design that I came up with, and I'm just tracing out the stockings and I'm cutting out 2 pieces. I'm going to be cutting out 2 stockings, so I'm going to be tracing out the one for the front and one for the back. So again, you're going to be cutting out 2 stockings, so this is how it should look like. This is totally optional, but what I'm doing to avoid the fabric from fraying is I'm just putting it under my serger, and that's about it. So now this is how your stocking should look like. You should have 2 of them serged and ready to go. This is another optional step, but what I was doing for the past stockings that I made was I just kept on ironing the top just to create like a nice clean look to it, but I just tried it out and it actually doesn't make a difference if I iron it or not. So if you want to iron it, it's up to you, but then again, you don't have to do it because you get the same results as if you wouldn't have ironed it. But yeah, you get the point. So now we're going to be cutting out the white trim for the stocking, and basically you cut it out in regards to the length that you have, because you know not everybody will have the same length of a stocking. So depending on how wide your stocking is, go based off of that measurements. And what I did was I did like basically 12 inches wide, and the length was about 4 inches. So go ahead and cut out 2 of them. Now this is how it should look like. It's okay if you cut out a more white trim, because you can just use this extra spot fabric to just sew, and if you do make a mistake, it's okay. But yeah. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to be sewing the white trim onto the top of my fabric. Just go ahead and sew one straight line. It doesn't have to be diagonal. And this is going to keep that white trim secured in the spot. This is just a video of me sewing the white trim onto the top of my stocking. Okay guys, so this is how your stocking should look like after you sew on that white trim. It should lay flat once you open it, and you're going to repeat the step for the other stocking. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be making that handle that holds the stocking up. So basically all you have to do is just cut out a strip of fabric, and I'm showing you guys how I made mine. Next thing you're going to do is you're just going to sew the strap of fabric close on the wrong side, and then once you're done you can just take a loop turner and turn that fabric inside out. So again, I'm using a specific tool that's made for turning tight fabric inside out, and this works good. I bought it at Joann's. So I always use this to turn my fabric inside out, and it makes it easier on my hands and my fingers. So this is how your holder should look like. Thereafter, you go ahead and sew on one line just to secure that holder in. And you're going to be placing it inside the stocking right below where the white trim is. So you just kind of put it in there between at the very end of the stocking, and you're going to be sewing one straight line to secure that holder in place. So the next thing I'm doing to give shape to the stocking is I'm using some felt fabric as the inside of the stocking. This is kind of like lining. So go ahead and just take your stocking and trace out the same measurements on the felt fabric. So I'm showing you guys how I am going to be sewing on the lining felt fabric onto the stocking using the one that has the holder in place. So go ahead and just basically put the white and red fabric together, and you're just going to be sewing one line, one straight line from the very end to the top. This is how it should look like. And this is how it looks like when I'm sewing it on my machine. And this is how it should look like right after you finish sewing it on top of the white trim. This is how your stocking should look like now, but we're not done yet. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to be sewing the two stockings together. So the right sides and the wrong sides are going to be together. So for example, I flipped the fabric with having the wrong side facing me. And I'm just pinning it with some pins. But you're going to be leaving an opening in the red fabric felt lining. And that opening is going to be used so you can turn your fabric inside out. So this is just a clip of me sewing the stockings together. So again, I'm just sewing the wrong side first, and this is the part where the Christmas cotton Santa is at. Now we're going to be working on the lining of the stocking. So again, you must leave a opening here. I labeled it here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. You're going to leave about maybe like a 1-inch opening or 2 inches depending on your fabric type, but you're going to leave it open and you're not going to sew this part. The reason why we're not going to be sewing it tight is because this is going to be the hole that allows you to turn your fabric inside out. And then after you turn your stocking inside out, then you can close this hole. But for now, just leave this hole open, and that's how we're going to be turning our fabric inside out. This is how it should look like. So you're not going to be sewing just the right side of the lining, but you are going to be sewing the entire stocking of the cotton fabric that you choose. So this is the clip showing you guys how I am not going to be sewing the entire lining closed. I'm leaving that 1-inch to 2-inch opening so I can turn the stocking inside out. Okay, so now you can go ahead and trim away any excess fabric of the lining, but don't cut it too short. And here's that opening that I was talking about earlier. So you're able to stick your whole hand in and basically turn it inside out. And that's what I'm doing here. So this is how it looks like.